What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with the Expedition of the Damned, a Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition campaign. I'm, of course, your GM, your DM for the night, Jumbo Thick. We have the full cast and crew of the expedition with us. I am antsy to get into it, as I'm sure the rest of you are. But before we do, let's do some brief introductions. Let's start with Pierce Galactic.
Oh, good. Get me out of the way. I'm excited over here. What's going on, everybody? It's Chris Galactic, everybody's favorite handgunner, everybody's favorite campfire. Um, from the fine land of Ostlin. I like it up there because it's cloudy, not a lot of sunlight. I'm not very fond of the sun anymore. Kind of excited. I've got the new weapons. I got a new repeating pistol here. And I might have another, not me specifically, but a new weapon that I'm gonna get to use. Also repeats a little Hellblast polygun. So let's just see what happens. I know something's on the horizon, something coming our way. So hopefully we can shoot it. That's all I ask.
Something is indeed on the horizon. Let's slide on down to the Doob, 209.
Yes, I play Henry, the knight, commander, company commander, son of the wolf,
Son of the wolf.
and apparently I am leading some Bretonians now.
Yeah, you're Bretonian knights, indeed.
We've swapped Arabians for Bretonians now.
Indeed. Full swap.
That's kind of nice, bro. That's kind.
Hmm. Let's slide on over to the Jumbo Smooth.
Hello,
There
I
he is.
am Jumbo Smooth. I play Luther Steinhauer. He is a wizard, wizard lord, and a pyromancer lord. Sorry,
Wizard Lord.
wizard lord, pyromancer
Wizard
lord.
Lord, Pyromancer Lord.
Yes,
Respect my titles.
respect my titles. Yeah, I'm a wizard of the school of Akshi, and yeah, I've got a golem they miss.
Big miss.
And hopefully two apprentices on the way. Just waiting.
I'm sure
Two
they're there
apprentices.
now.
You know, I can't wait to meet them. Loyals, loyal apprentices. But yeah, it's me.
And that is the Luther. Let's slide on over to Nate.
Hey everybody, Nate here. I play Lucien Levesque, a human duelist, wielding historically rapier and swordbreaker, along with a pistol, and having just acquired a repeating pistol.
I did.
And a bastard sword,
Mm-hmm.
which I will need to learn to use. But yeah, definitely excited to get back on the move and back into the mix again.
Yep. Looking like a walking armory of weaponry. I like it. Last but not least, Dan Decker. The Dan.
Hey everyone, yeah, Dan Decker playing Nogthroat Ripper. That is an ogre, about 10.5 foot tall he is, carries around with him one Roy Rockster, small fella.
Small fella.
He's a small fella, and I've recently been appointed, I believe, 9 of my own ogremen.
You do,
if that's correct. So feeling a bit big in his own britches, as he
Feeling
were,
big.
being in charge of stuff and such like that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, with that, let's get into the game. So, last we left off, the crew of the expedition has found themselves once again on the move. After a brief stay in Sudenburg, regrouping and re-outfitting, gathering resources for the final leg of your journey, as Luther has pointed out, with his somewhat detailed notes from a mysterious, well, not so mysterious, a former wizard, also of his same school, that left details as to a object of some power and interest to the colleges of magic within what you would know of as the lands of the dead, to the north. You gathered your resources, which also included 3 mobile, what are known as war wagons, each outfitted with a Hellblast volley gun, as well as some of your former caravan being used, and of course a fair supplement of forced, or should I say, gifted soldiers from Sudenburg itself, penal legionnaires. Each of the companies with their own acolyte war priest, with a war priest captain looking over it for the rest of you. In addition to your normal resources that you previously had. Well, that was left, which was not a whole lot by the time we made it to Sudenburg. Regardless, though, you gathered all of these resources, utilizing your newfound quasi-tentative relationship with some Wood Elf Rangers, led by the Shard Speaker, as you were moving to the north with the Rangers acting as scouts, managing to keep ahead of you despite being on horseback. Well, you have a fair number of troops on foot, so probably moving at foot pace. It was discovered shortly after you left Sudenburg that there was a bizarre storm on the horizon that wasn't acting quite normal. And you decided to attempt to go around said storm. But each day, it appeared that it was still in your path and moving in your direction. After a few days of this happening, Wolfram got a glimpse of the inside of the storm, as the Shard Speaker told the leaders of the expedition that there was something within the storm itself. As torrential rain began to downpour around all of you, a flash of lightning illuminating through Wolfram's scope on his rifle, his handgun. A large shape within the storm itself that appeared to be moving. And that's pretty much what we're going to pick up. So it is actively raining. A lot. So much so that the wagons are beginning to sink if they stop moving. The men are beginning to kind of like sink into the what once was dry, brittle sand and earth is becoming mud. Slick and clean. What are you guys going to do? I'm curious.
Is there anybody who I haven't informed what I saw? I think if I remember, that I've already told everybody what I saw, that there's a...
Yeah, you kind of shouted out.
Yeah, something that's... Okay. All right. I would like to get with the... just in case we have to battle here, and hopefully we can get a better position, but I would like to make sure I am by the siege cannon and maybe get in a good position. I don't know if there's a area where I can also... Or perhaps on my new horse I just received, maybe up there, just so I can kind of decide if Henry needs me to start doing some shooting here. So, just
okay.
Just to clarify, do we have a siege cannon or is it the war wagons?
It is a Hellblaster volley gun.
The war wagons. They each have a Hellblaster volley gun mounted on them.
That's okay. Okay. So I'll be by the cannons then on my horse.
Okay.
You said the ground is getting swampy.
Yeah, if you stop moving, you're like the cannon's beginning to sink. It's becoming difficult to move. Those of you on horseback are probably okay, but all the men on foot are beginning to kind of like sink in. Movement is slowed significantly.
Is there any rocky terrain or any area that's got like grasslands or bush where it might be able to... It's where if it's dirt, it's going to turn to mud real quick. But if there's some kind of plants, All right. Okay.
If you remember, you are in the high desert. More, not even the high desert. You're in just a desert.
Scrubland or something.
Blanket, plain, almost no foliage. There would be kind of like somewhat mountains or hill-like areas nearby that you could attempt to make your way to. It just depends on what you guys are planning to do.
How close are some of these hills? Like just a few hundred meters, like where we could possibly get to in time with the wagons, or too far?
Let's find out. If you proceeded to march, it would take you 9 hours to get to the nearest kind of hillish area.
Okay. All right. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Roll high on that. Real high on that. And now I will say, time or space and time are relative. I'm not saying that this threat is immediate upon you. It's just the storm appears to have begun to overtake you. That doesn't mean that you are like minutes away from being attacked or anything. If you're gonna be attacked, who knows what's in this storm? It's fine.
It's not good.
Fine, it's fine, guys. You don't.
You have a sinister shape in the storm.
Sinister
Yeah.
shape.
Luther, what are we going to do? Where's Henry? We must get to a better position or something. I don't know what foul magic said conjured. Perhaps you can dispel it, but trouble surely will be here in but a few hours.
You said it's going to take 9 hours to get there? It's pretty far. Pretty long time.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I got one last question about the storm. Is this a storm of such magnitude that if it looks like we were just to hang out here and we're in a kind of depression, it would fill up and flood us? Like we need to at least get to maybe a slightly higher ground of like a meter or two?
No, it doesn't look
Okay.
like it doesn't look like the rain's collecting into
Like
a
there's
pool or
enough
anything.
runoff drainage areas? Okay.
No, it appears that the earth is drinking deeply, and everything is becoming sludge.
Mm-hmm. Does Luther get the sense? Damn, I might have asked this before. I can't remember.
Okay.
Does Luther get this?
Yeah.
Does Luther get the sense that the storm is magical of nature?
In a way.
Okay, in a way.
It doesn't.
not natural.
It's not natural. It doesn't look like there is like a spell generating this. If that's but
Yeah.
there is. Like, especially with your second sight, you can tell that this is whatever, like, it's almost as if this weather is being generated from something unnatural.
Can I sense the focal point of this?
The focal point is easily sensed. It appears to be in the center of said storm.
Okay.
It is brimming with disturbing and chaotic magic.
Okay. Is Magister Weiss still here with us?
Master Weiss, yes, Mr. Weiss, of course he's with you.
Okay.
Oh no, you mean Aldebrand?
Aldebrand, yes, apologies.
Yeah.
Aldebrand.
Master Weiss is
Yes. He is gone
gone somewhere.
Yes.
Master Aldebrand is though, yes.
Aldebrand. Is he? Okay, so he's there. Magister Aldebrand, do you sense the focal point of the winds?
It appears to be coming from the center, Luther.
Well, I will address the party. It appears the storm is coming from the center, or there's something controlling this storm at the center of the storm. I think it has ill intent for us. I suggest we march and head towards the center and deal with whatever is in the center of the storm.
Such spines, Luther.
Well, it seems like we'll have to walk a distance to get to higher ground or firmer ground.
At this point, Nazaro kind of begins to speak up a little bit. Do we know what we are facing, or
No, something with the
We do
immense
not.
power to hold the power of weather at their hands, but
should we perhaps send a small group to investigate before we commit all of our resources?
of course, I was going to assume that it would be my compatriots and I heading forward, seeing what we can deal with without hopefully minimizing the casualties of our beloved troops. As I look out to my penal regions.
Yes, indeed.
But yes. Unfortunately, I think this is the only course of action that we have before us.
So you're saying we should begin? Should we not entrench ourselves here and prepare?
As best you can, perhaps, if the weather permits. I do not want to come back and find you all gone, sunken beneath the sands.
I think I have a few ideas.
Very well. We shall leave the fortifications to you, Nazaro.
The
head out.
shard speaker appears next to you, Luther. He's kind of there one moment. If you wish to find your way through the storm, we will guide you.
I do wish. Thank you. Your help would be greatly appreciated.
We must move quickly.
Aldebrand, I hope I can rely on you to stay here and
Yes,
look after.
Of course. Of
Thank
course.
I don't know what I'd do without you, Master Aldebrand.
That's I have no doubt you would find your way easily, son.
Well, let us be off. Wish us luck.
Good luck. Yes, please don't. If you perish, this is over, and just come back.
Apprentices, my staff. Oh,
Apprentices, a young woman. Well, I shouldn't
Do I
say
have
young.
apprentices?
A
I was
middle-aged
just kinda
woman.
joking,
You
you
do
know?
have two apprentices.
oh hell yeah!
A woman with a gnarled, a very comely face. She has what looks like two large, almost like Princess Leia buns, kind of wrapped. Of course,
All right.
bright red.
Right.
Her name is Berta.
Berta, I love
Berta Hanel.
it. Anna?
She comes. I have your staff, sir. She hands it to you. She gets jostled by a middle-aged man who kind of adjusts his robes. I'm sorry, sir. I was a little late. As you see, Thylo.
Silo?
Thylo Goldhaber.
Goldhaver.
Yes, I was having to look after some of the troops, and you notice that on Thylo's hip there is it looks like his coin pouch is grown larger since the last time you've seen him.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know what happened there, but Sigmar's balls, Dino. Hurry!
Oh, yeah. Of course, sir, of course. I will ready your steed. Are you taking your steed?
I am Felicity, of course.
Yes, yeah, I will handle it immediately, sir. He moves quickly away to ready Felicity.
As Felicity arrives, she brings up Felicity. How does he present Felicity to me?
He brings the horse in and just hands the reins to you.
I say, I kind of like point down towards the ground.
What?
Bend down, you fool! You expect me to get up there myself?
Oh, my apologies, sir. But I'm not as sturdy as Berta, of course. If you'd.
Berta, Silo, someone needs to get down here so I can get on this.
They both look at each other. Just...
You are competing against one another for my affections.
At this point, Berta just pushes him out of the way. Ah!
I like your spirit, Berta. Silo, you can learn something from her.
You may use my back, Lord. Step upon me to grace your majestic steed.
I step immediately. Thank you. As I take my robe.
Do they sink down into the mud?
Of course their hands sink down in the mud. Ah! A little bit.
I take my robes and I fling them back and flutter them. Yes. So I light my staff in a bright flame, I have metal rods now outside of my
of course
robe
you do.
that are ignite in flames.
Majestic.
Majestic.
Torch in the night.
Yes. Come, we're off, my friends. Silo, Berta. This is too dangerous. I care for you too much.
We will make sure your quarters are ready for you when you return, sir.
Thank you. Stay safe in there. Because I have the portable one, don't I? Yeah.
You do.
Okay. Stay safe in there, and don't disappoint me. And I go, yeah, and I start riding off.
Henry, Wolfram, Nog. Assuming all of you are coming. Lucien. Johanna. Lucien. Is your trusty second coming with you? Of course she is. Alright. As everyone mounts up and begins to ride with Luther, right behind the Shard Speaker and his ranger retinue, which, strangely enough, despite most of you being on horseback, Nog is as fast as a horse, if I don't have to remind you guys that before.
He's got a bunch of dudes now.
He does have dudes. Are we trying to bring the ogres with us?
Are we bringing dudes?
Bringing all the dudes?
Shouldn't we be bringing them?
It's up to you.
They might be better. They might be better at the base camp.
Since that's a lot to bring.
It's a lot to bring.
It's up to you. Is this a scouting force, or what are we doing here, gentlemen?
Does Henry have dudes?
Henry has knights if he wants to bring knights.
Yeah, we bringing the whole tour to camp or what?
I wasn't bringing anyone except for Ignis.
He's trudging along, slowing you all down.
He's faster
significantly.
now.
He is faster now.
He's faster now.
What's he made out of?
He did.
He's as fast as now.
I'll say.
Is he made out of iron?
Yeah.
He's
made of
iron. Like a
magical iron.
Yeah, magical, kind of like iron brass,
like a
brass kind
iron?
of.
He's on fire.
He's burning.
Okay.
He's steaming
armor there.
right now is what he's doing. In the rain, he's steaming.
Yeah.
No, probably looks
not
pretty cool,
moving the
actually.
whole
I feel the
camp.
steam coming off of very menacing, actually.
So Nog, are you coming? I mean, are you bringing the man eaters with you?
Boy, that's a lot of ogres.
It is a lot.
Can I bring 2 of them with me?
Sure. I'm gonna bring 2 man eaters with you.
Yeah, just for backup in case.
Just for some
and Rory, of course.
Of course, sir.
I go
always
nowhere
with you,
without
sir.
Rory. Yeah.
Rory points to 2 of the guys and just kind of motions for them to follow you. They look a little dumb, but I mean, they all do, let's be honest.
Doug,
They pull in behind you. Doug and
It's
Mug.
Muck and Buck. Yeah.
Muck and Buck. Muck and Buck.
I don't know nothing.
Huh?
Come on, you two. You look all right. Get over here.
Oh, of course, sir. We get paid for this.
What are Henry's Knights again? Are they?
Is Bretonian Knights?
They are.
Oh, that's
they're
right.
questing
Bretonian.
knights.
That's questing knights. That's
Oh,
right.
questing.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah.
You can choose to bring some
no
of them,
helmet, but
Henry.
great swords, right?
Yeah. They don't wear a helm. They
Well,
wield great swords.
Great swords are great axes, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Is
Instead
this
of normal
a
lances.
scouting party or is this a full-on assault
I
party?
assumed it was scouting.
It was supposed to be scouting party.
If for
Sounds
scouting,
like we're kind of a
I was just
if for
curious.
scouting,
about
I'll
these.
bring.
Bottoms,
I'll
yeah.
bring 2. If we're scouting.
Two
Does he
knights.
Does he have like one loyal, squire?
They're
I do
not.
have squire.
You would have a squire now.
Yeah, I have a Bretonian squire.
Bretonian. They're Bretonian, huh? Okay.
But they're
okay.
not Bretonian.
You told me they're Bretonian.
Well, I know, but what about the squire? He doesn't have to be Bretonian.
I thought they
Could
were all
be.
Bretonian.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
The knight, the mercenary knights you hired from Bretonia. In that case, you're
Putting the DM through some work, right? Yeah.
your Bretonian squire.
I mean, the squire doesn't have to be Bretonian. He can just be Arabian. Then I thought they were all Bretonian.
He's gonna be Bretonian now. So you're gonna have to deal with it.
Ooh, I love a
All
French
right.
name.
All right.
Here it comes. If I can
It's a French name, man.
fucking say it.
Oh yeah, you can. You can do it, bro. Say it.
Give me the spelling, bro.
Yeah. At least
Give
you
me
can
the
do
spelling.
I mean,
Can we
you
give
can
it
make
a
it
try?
easy, bro. Just name him like Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc.
Jean-Pierre.
it. Jean-Pierre.
Jacquot.
Giroc.
Jaco.
Giroc.
Is it Jacques? 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 Just Jacques? Maybe?
Sounds good, bro. Jacques, I like it.
Jacques de Morvier.
I like Jaco.
Come over
Jacques. Jacques.
How old is Jacques?
He is he's actually Henry's age.
Oh,
He's a squire.
he's young. And Henry is a young pirate.
Henry's a very young knight commander. Okay.
We had a dog named Jacques.
Alexander of his time.
Yeah. It was a poodle.
Exactly. Modern Alexander.
Modern
Henry.
Alexander. Yeah.
Most wizened.
So, I guess we'll.
Turned out great for him.
Come with you, Henry.
I'll have Jacques.
Oh, sir, I will. I do my Bretonian.
French.
I will.
Yeah,
I
let's do
will
more
be-
French, bro.
I will.
Frenchy.
I will attend to all your needs, sir, as needed. If it is will please you.
Fromage.
Yes,
Le
Jacques.
Tanceau.
Very well.
This we will bring. Will you wish to take the rest of the men? I will give out the word.
I would only take 2.
Indeed, I will. Do you wish to choose, or do I could just quickly grab them?
Quickly grab them and have the rest perform screening maneuvers.
It will be done. He
Thank you,
moves
Jacques.
away. Jacques moves away. Gets on his small, unbarred horse. Just nuzzles his way over there to the rest of them. And they look relatively veteran night questers are accompanying the small group here. All right. As we all gather, you begin to set out towards the eye of the storm. The shard speaker leading the way, the rangers just out of the downpour is getting worse and worse the further closer in you are moving. And Luther, you're kind of somewhat up front. It's getting harder to see them, but you can. It's almost like they're making themselves visible to you. You get the sense that they could easily disappear if they wanted to. And let me make a roll real quick. Critical success. Suddenly, the rangers disappear from in front of you. And as they do, you kind of look around to see which direction they went. It's getting harder and harder to see. And then next to you, Luther, is the shard speaker. He kind of like pulls himself out of the thick mist.
Do I know his name? Or is he just the shard speaker?
He goes by the shard speaker.
Okay.
That's the only name you got.
Okay.
We have found enemies ahead.
What type of shard speaker? Is it loud? Is it thunderstorming or just raining? Sorry.
Yes, there's like thunder and like lightning crashing above. It's quite loud.
Okay.
The wind is picking up the closer you get towards the center.
Okay.
There are creatures of chaos near.
You get a sense of how many?
There is something massive, mountainous near. Smaller groups. Small groups of 10 or 12. Maybe 50, 60 smaller groups. And then there appears to be a rider on a metallic demonic disc. If you would like to see for yourself, you can follow me.
I would. I'm going to douse my flames.
Okay. And he leads you away, kind of away from the more loud individuals in your party.
Okay.
Those of you that could be more stealthy could accompany him if you'd like.
I'm going to leave Ignis here.
Okay.
I'm the guard, whoever stays behind.
I would like to come just because I have good perception and maybe I can help see something.
You do, Wolfram.
So,
Wolfram has very good perception. Wolfram,
I'm also pretty stealthy actually now. So.
You move over, you jump off. Lucien's a stealthy man as well. If Lucien would like to... Nope, Lucien's going to stay here.
Okay.
Lucien's going to stay here.
I go? I have a minus 30 to stealth, but I would like to go.
Henry is... Oh, Henry's going as well.
Henry, no! You stay there!
Someone holds up a hand. One of the rangers holds up a hand up to you and just shakes his head. No.
Well, I will tell Ignis to guard my companions.
Okay. Nog and the man-eaters standing by.
We're not so good at being quiet. We'll hang back.
As Wolfram comes up, trots up, kind of like moves quietly next to Luther. You're brought to what looks like it looks like the ring is gunked up so much sand that it's actually revealed like the bedrock beneath the sand, and there's a ledge kind of sticking up, jutting out of where it once was probably flat, and you move over to it. The shard speaker there, he points his long, slender, elven hand over the edge and kind of points you in a direction. You see ahead of you what looks like a shape moving, still wreathed in like cloud and rain, wind. It is colossal in nature, and it is moving, slowly, but moving. The ground even shakes a little bit with each one of its massive steps. You get the idea that whatever this is almost like a moving mountain. Below, it appears to be like if the silhouette that is coming in and out of the weather, it appears to be somewhere around 60 to 80 feet tall. It is gargantuan. You see rippling like silhouettes of like musculature, almost like a giant, but something's different about it. And as you look down below, you get glimpses of what looks like globs of shape that are probably troops of some kind, but they don't look normal human-sized. They almost look like riders, almost like a cavalry. Strangely enough. And you can easily spot the glimmer in the light of the disc rider. Appears to be a sorcerer of some kind. More than likely a former noble knight fallen deeply to the Lord of Change. Floating on his disc, kind of floating around the large colossal creature. And you see Luther with your second sight. You can see there's a tether, almost like a magical binding from the sorcerer's, kind of like his head, draping all its way to the central creature, or whatever it is.
Okay. So, about approximately how many total talking here? It's a lot, right? Like 60.
I will say Wolfram, he's got excellent perception.
Okay.
Probably a good thing he came with you. Wolfram, as you look down, you see what looks like, first off, the silhouette, using your newfound eyes, enhanced, one might say.
My night vision and all that?
Yes,
yeah.
Indeed. You can tell, Wolfram, that the creature in the center is of unusual shape. You see what looks like a large head with two massive curling horns coming off of it. A body covered in fur and scale. Two very muscular arms holding the largest double-headed axe you've ever seen. Gigantic. Ancient looking. It's made out of some kind of strange metal with bright glowing gems, probably the size of a person. And then that's where the humanoid shape ends. Around the waist becomes almost quadrupedal, almost centaur-like, except for it's all scale. 4 truncated legs, a large tail, what looks like a massive mace-like appendature at the end, capped in brass.
And Luther can't see any of this really aside from the shape.
He can see the outline, but he doesn't get the detail that you get.
All right, I'm gonna point all the detail and be, it's right there in front of you. Can you not see it? Open your eyes up. What's wrong with you?
It says raining hard before my.
It is a Shoggoth.
Do I know what a Shoggoth is? Player does.
Through your chaotic studies.
Perhaps. I've got a
knowledge.
Extensive library.
You do have an extensive library, Luther.
Mm.
You would know, you not necessarily know what a Shoggoth is, but you would know what a dragon ogre is, Luther.
Okay.
Okay, so I thought this was.
There are descriptions of them, of the ancient dragon ogres that were of colossal size, that literally how the race, this ancient chaotic race, got its name was they used to fight and eat dragons. Of course, the normal dragon ogres you come across are the size of mere ogres, not necessarily small, but you've never heard of one of this colossal size actually existing, but yet here it is. And that's when, Wolfram, you point out down below, there are about 5 groups, or no, about 10 groups of just regular dragon ogres that are around the base of this creature, moving with it. Each one of them similar in makeup as the Shoggoth that I described, however, smaller. About the size of a horse and a rider, without them being separated.
I wouldn't know what these are. They would just be some kind of
they're just
new abomination to me, right?
Monsters. Yeah, essentially just chaos
so I'll point
monsters.
out, look, there's 50 to 100 of just like the big one, but little ones below its feet. They look like the size of a knight, each one of them.
Let's not take on this foe by ourselves. We must go back and warn the expedition.
Luther, why don't you give me a magic roll, Luther? Give me old lore magic.
Lore magic? Okay.
Lore magic will work.
45. That's 3 levels of success.
3 levels of success. Luther, you can tell by the nature of the spell or binding that's being worked from the sorcerer that whatever magic is being used is a spell of domination. Should the sorcerer perish in any way, more than likely his tether would cease.
My problem is we could kill him fast enough where we wouldn't get destroyed by the giant Jagged, and all his minions.
You can take him right now, bro. You're always bragging about how powerful you are.
You do have a sniper with you.
It's raining.
It'd be a hell of a shot.
That'll be a hell of a shot. Is your powder dry?
His powder's always dry. Unless he misfires, then it's not dry. So
I did add some extra stuff because I had a bunch of points related to how I shoot, so we'll find out later. Tell you what, you challenge the sorcerer and defeat him while I go back and warn the rest. Get ready for in case you fail in your duty.
Oh, I have a feeling
it's time for you to lift your boast that you always have.
Wolfram?
I mean, your new title, what is it? Is that the Lord Sorcerer or something like that?
I'm a Pyromancer Lord, Wolfram.
Same thing. Mumbo jumbo. So she'll brag about reading next.
I can read, Wolfram. We're getting sidetracked here, Wolfram. Let's go back and inform Henry and the others.
That is wise. Let's go. Let us.
Shard speaker. Would you be able to? Are you confident in your men's ability to shoot this sorcerer from distance?
With our arrow in the storm, he would need to be much closer.
See.
But
I'm right here if you need someone shot.
If he gets within range, we could easily open a volley from concealment.
Do you think we can? Oh, let me go confer with my companions, and then we will decide from there.
All right. Wolfram and Luther creep their way back to Lucien, Henry, and Nog with the current knowledge that they have obtained.
So, was the lord that was the guy on the disc, was he kind of far ahead of everyone?
No, he's at the center. He's basically.
Okay.
You get the idea, Luther, that there's probably a range of the spell that he has to stay within.
Stay close.
To keep the Shoggoth shackled to his will.
Was there any discerning marks on his armor? Like, I know he's changed into a decent sorcerer lord, but perhaps a specific color scheme that
there is actually.
Wolfram, I'm glad you brought that up. That sounds like Joe. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. Because there is, in fact, he has markings on his armor, despite the outlandish growths and weird eyeballs opening up on it. The markings of a captain. And if you were to describe the heraldry to Henry, Henry would have known this man as Godfrey Hurtle.
Hurtle?
Yes. He was one of the captains. He has a new name now. It's chaotic in nature.
Don't care for it then.
Godfrey the God Tongue.
C is pretty good. It's pretty good.
I will inform everyone what a Shoggoth is and Dragon Ogres. They have a large force. We can either try to wait and ambush ourselves. Perhaps we can kill the sorcerer quick enough that the army would descend into chaos, fighting amongst each other. Or we can go back to our expedition and try to hope that Nazaro has set up an adequate defense. Perhaps hold them off and be able to, in the melee, kill the sorcerer before they destroy our expedition.
We achieved both, taking out the sorcerer and then retreating.
Perhaps.
And drive them into a defensive position of gunfire.
He is in the center of the mass of men and beasts. It would be difficult.
Perhaps if Henry's men were to drive them forward into, say, a wall of iron and ogres, it would allow you and perhaps Lucian and Henry to make a surgical strike against the sorcerer himself under distraction.
Well, Shard Speaker, do you have an opinion on the matter?
If we can kill the sorcerer, it would be risky, but it would protect your resources.
Would you be able to aid us in camouflaging us?
Not camouflaging you, but we can keep from view easily enough.
Well, we know they are here for us. Perhaps we will make a good tempting target while you prepare yourself for an ambush.
Are we doing this here?
More advantageous locale, if there is one. Perhaps
This is the best I've seen.
Then we shall do it here.
How will you gain their attention?
I will gain their attention.
If you can lure
Luther, just lure him close enough so I can shoot. I will take his head.
If you can lure the sorcerer close enough, we will open a volley upon it.
Very good.
All right.
Are the rest of you okay with this? Very well.
Nog's, I will point this out, Nog's pistol actually has the range of a full-size rifle, if necessary. so
Yeah, so what is it? Pistol with cannon. It's not a pistol with cannon.
It's an ogre pistol, which is basically a handgun for a normal person. Yeah,
it's not gonna snipe anyone, but it's gonna get there. You gotta know what's coming.
Pretty good size. So, all right. With that, the ambush is being prepped. How are we going about this, Luther? What's the plan?
Well, I'm going to try to gather their attention.
Okay. And what are the rest of the people going to be doing?
It's up to them.
Wolfram, are you going with Luther to take a shot?
I'm going to go with Luther, but I'm going to hide in a way. Hopefully, Luther will get him down. So, I mean, I've got the range, but I would like to just to make sure. I don't know. Right. So, I'm not going to stand up in the middle of the battlefield right next to him and get taken out before I can shoot. I'm going to be in some cover. Let me put it that way. Okay. I don't think the elves are going to let me hide with them, but I'd like to use their shot as a distraction for my shot. So,
Nog and his man-eaters are going to have a tough time hiding anywhere. as well as Henry and his noble knights. They are not going to be hiding much anywhere either. They're large. Lucien and Johanna, you guys could find decent spots to hide if you'd like, along with Wolfram.
Yeah, I feel like that'd probably be best.
While Luther, still mounted?
In danger, Felicity.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, indeed. Or are you just gonna ride Ignis?
I might hop aboard Ignis.
Climb upon his shoulders. There's been a almost like a harness palanquin kind of setup built in at this point. You just kind of get up there, almost like a throne. You just kind of sit on it.
So you're not like a baby carrier, maybe?
Baby carrier right at the front.
No, that's horrible. That's horrible.
Little gray knights.
Yeah, it's bad. Like a palanquin on his back, you know.
Okay.
You're sitting looking above.
Like Bagadine and Marius.
It's true. It's true.
And yeah, I am gonna, ignite my flames upon the iron, kind of circlet that kind of rounds my collar, my iron collar, and I am going to start channeling magics.
Indeed.
In preparation.
As soon as you begin to channel, Luther, you begin to pull winds and you feel eyes looking upon you.
Yes. I am over here, and I am going to.
Who dare challenges the God Speaker? You hear bellow out from the storm, echoing around all of you.
Will you allow me to make a channel roll?
Of course.
I think so. Oh, baby.
Oh my god.
A 1?
Yes.
Dear Lord.
Oh, by Zeech himself.
Well, with that, I have accumulated a fair amount of power.
Feel the power brimming inside you, Luther.
I am going to cast.
You're going to burst.
Well,
I don't care how big the room is. I cast Fireball.
I cast Crown of Flame.
Crown of Flame. Okay.
Yep. And a majestic crown of inspiring flame forms around my brow.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Again, I already have the fear trait one because of my natural intimidation, and I will also gain another fear point.
Okay.
So I will get fear 2.
Okay.
I also have the war leader talent, and while the spell is active, for every 2 success dice. I need to roll for the actual spell. Oh, memento. Ooh, that's bad.
Oh my god, I can't believe that. You better re-roll that shit.
I am. I'm going to re-roll that one.
99?
You go from 1 to 99.
You see that? 1 to 99? Yeah.
Okay.
Predicted that, man.
Okay. 81 still a success for me with my channels.
Oh gosh. That's fantastic.
But I will. I love it. Thankfully, because of my channel roll, critical channel roll.
You shouldn't let the 99 fly. I would have loved it. Blow yourself up. It's a hell of a distraction.
I get I only get. It doesn't matter how much I roll. So I get a bonus of a +10 now to all my channeling and casting tests that use Akshi.
Why wouldn't you? Of course. Yes.
And I'm going to shout out as loud as I can. I am Luther Steinhauer, Pyromancer Lord of the Empire. Come, face my flames. And I'm just going to be channeling more energy if he sees me now.
You feel the mountain ahead. The Shoggoth begins to turn and move. The ground shaking beneath its feet. begins to move closer. As it does, you see the disc getting closer and closer. You also hear rapid movements coming from below. Wolfram. You see a sorcerer.
How far away is this sorcerer?
It's a decent ways. To the point where during the heavy storm, you're looking at a penalty right now of a minus 40 to hit.
Yeah, I'm not going to take that shot yet. That's going to be a waste.
You can begin taking aim, however.
Oh, yeah. Does that give me an extra success level?
It gives you a plus 20
Or is that
to
a
the
plus
roll.
20? All right, I'll take aim. I'll
So you begin to
engaging the wind.
You begin to
Give my
take a
little
beat.
sight.
Take a beat on him as you're watching. It's getting closer. The equivalent,
Hammer the powder in.
equivalent to 1 round is going to pass as all of you are prepping yourselves for what is coming. Luther, if you'd like to channel some more, you're more than welcome to.
I would like to channel more, and I shall.
Of course you would. $67.
That is. I get my clothing plus my plus 10. That's 5 levels of success.
Ridiculous. 67 is 5 levels of success.
Because of my clothing, I just get plus 3 levels of success.
It's ridiculous.
But, yeah. And then my plus 10.
Oh yeah, you know, and then all these things.
Sorry, bro.
Start welling up some more power, Luther.
I am.
And that is when you get the first glimpse that even you see, Luther. You see the shining armor of the Disc Rider flying in, pointing downwards. Ah! Wolfram, you're gonna take a shot.
It sounds pretty close now.
Sounds closer.
I can see the shot. So is he overhead, or is he still like far enough for?
Oh, way overhead.
What's the penalty
You're
to try and shoot him this close?
with the plus 20 you got. You're down to just a minus 10 at this point.
Okay. All right. I don't want to pass this opportunity up. I would like to take my handgun. That's some special new stuff, so we'll see what happens here. God, I hope he doesn't have a ward save.
Now, you took aim. Prepping for this. Do you want to call a shot?
So I had a plus. What's my break? I'm a plus 10 actually for the shot thing, because we were at negative 40.
You went
I
plus
took
20.
aim. He's close enough, so that was only a negative 10. So plus 20, negative 10 is a plus 10. So I have a plus 10, right?
Yes.
All right, I'll call a shot, and that will be his head.
All right.
That'll be the Wolfram special.
The called shot drops it down
It's
by
negative
another 20.
20.
So you're down to a minus 10 for the shot.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Let's see what
That's
you got.
still pretty good odds.
You get pretty good odds.
And I do have a fortune point, in case anyone want to try that.
Okay.
I'd like to use that fortune point.
Yeah.
I'd like to use that fortune
98.
point.
Yeah,
98. Yeah, we're gonna use that fortune
re-roll
point.
that one. Let's
All right,
re-roll it.
So, all right. How about this?
Okay, let's see.
How about we spend resilience point?
Do you want to spend a resilience point?
I'm concerned about this sorcerer. I don't want to use one that's quick. So let's give it another shot. You know what? Another shot. Let's see what we can do. I like dice rolling more than resilience points.
Let's see what you got, Wolfram.
Gambling is fun when it's not money. All right. Well, that's
71.
not really great. That's so I was at 95 with a negative. What I have a negative 10 total was
You
the
basically just have
shot.
everything.
So I
You
bring
just
it
have
at
a minus
85. So it's 1 level of success.
1 level of success.
Mm-hmm.
How much damage?
Sounded so much better.
How much damage would you do, Wolfram?
I know, right? That's going to be, with my new stuff, 13 points damage. Ignore the first 2 points of metal armor. No other armor counts.
Okay. 13 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
You called the head.
I did. So if he has a helmet, unless it's like 3 armor or more, it's not going to do anything.
The God Speaker begins to cry out, and you watch as almost warp-like energy begin to emanate from its mouth. And you see this disgusting-looking tongue lap its way out that's covered in eyes.
What?
And you see that he actually doesn't have eyes in his sockets anymore. They're empty. It's just this disgusting tongue. And as it lulls out, Wolfram takes his shot. It pierces the appendage straight through. You watch as the back of his helmet blows outwards. As the God Speaker, the disc immediately drops, and the body crumples and bursts into blue flame as it hits the ground.
Luther, that's how you do it.
Great shot, kid. Is 1 in a million.
As the sorcerer falls dead, you see the Shoggoth stomping into view, and as soon as the sorcerer falls dead, it stops and it looks around and just begins swinging its giant axe around it, cleaving through the lesser ogres and everything in its path. A force of destruction unleashed. Now would be the time to flee, because we are going to be entering into a skill challenge.
How'd you know it was my birthday, bro?
So, the ambush was sprung. Very successful, almost too successful, if I had a say in this. Took a single really good place shot to end this.
Yeah, but I'm a man from Austin, bro.
He did.
Okay.
I'm glad that you called the shot, because he had he had a weak point, and it was in fact his open mouth. So if anybody would have hit him in the head, it would have done double damage. And so he killed him in one shot. Fantastic. All right. So as this goes, the rest of you quickly realize how much danger you're in. And we are entering into our first skill challenge of the night. As you quickly begin to remount your various steeds and realize that nowhere, as soon as the Shoggoth is untethered, Luther, you watch as the storm gets even worse than it was before. Almost like monsoon-like winds coming in. The thunder cracking, literal lightning strikes bouncing around all of you. Should one of you fail a roll, you might be taking not only damage, but we'll see how it goes. So let's start with Wolfram for the skill challenge.
All right, I'd like to. We've got to get out of here. Let me see if I can find a way, the quickest way, and I'd like to do a perception roll to see if I can see a good route for us to escape, if that's all right.
Let's go ahead and make a perception roll, as Lee Harvey Oswald here took his shot and he's escaping the grassy knoll.
Okay, that is 4 levels of success.
4 levels of success. Well, pretty, a lot better than his predecessor. Wolfram scouts it out real quick. We should move this way. The Shard Speaker and his rangers are already like moving ahead of you and disappearing, moving much faster than you would think possible as you mount up. 3 levels of success for Wolfram. Let's go to Henry and his knights.
That was 4 levels, bro.
4 levels, excuse me. 4 levels.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will do a leadership.
Let's get a leadership roll. Rally the men, Henry.
Yeah, I'm trying to hand out orders and whatnot. Slowly getting my fellowship up. I gotta re-roll that.
65.
Much better.
The critical success.
That is a critical
33.
success. It would be 2 levels of success.
2 levels of success, so we double it to 4. Yeah. What do you say, Henry? I'm curious.
I'll shout out as big as I can so everybody hears it over the storm. I will tell the men to rally on me. I will have the knights, as I dish out orders, depending on how much time I have, sort of flanking the rest of the party as I wait for them to get to my location to give them some sort of support. That will be all.
That will be it. Henry very quickly and succinctly dispatches orders. His young, apprentice just looking at him with wide eyes. Of course, sir. Of course. And then we're going to move on to Lucien and Johanna.
Am I close enough to take a shot at any of the things?
Indeed you are, Lucien. As it appears that one of the smaller groups of dragon ogres are charging up the hill towards all of you as you are beginning to flee.
And I would like to take a shot with my quality repeating pistol.
Yes.
Yeah.
As Lucien, you get on the horse, you draw the pistol quickly, looking back, take a shot, and see what you got, Lucien. With an 8, that's definitely gonna hit. How many success levels is it?
That's 5 success levels.
5 success levels. That's really good. So Lucien, you draw the pistol, and you just keep pulling the trigger rapidly until it stops. Just boom, boom, boom. One of the lead dragon ogres takes shots all through the chest, and the last shot through the head and falls dead. Just kind of trips one of the ones behind him. Do a little spin, tuck it away. A gunslinger, indeed. Johanna looks slightly impressed for a moment. Maybe a little flush to her cheeks. And we move on to Luther.
I'd like to use some magic.
I want you to fail this so bad. I want you to fail and get struck by a bolt of lightning.
No, bro.
I want
Saw that channel, bro.
bad.
If DM will allow, can I use my channels?
Fuck no!
Well, I just channeled
What, bro? It was like this just happened. Come on.
This is ridiculous.
I just did it,
This shit ain't happening. He's gonna do it again. I'm tired of this shit.
Well, if that's the case, can I just channel now?
Fine.
I'll
Some
channel
good
now.
technicality there, actually. Nice work. Nice.
That is simply a success. Well, actually, one success if my crown is probably still out.
Oh, of course it is. Of course it is.
So one success.
One success for Luther. Unfortunate. As Luther begins to bring winds to himself, pulling some of them off of Ignis to do so.
Not struck by lightning.
Ah, yes, indeed. The bolt intended for him strikes Ignis and does nothing.
Yeah.
Right. Nog! Last but not
Boy.
least.
Last but not least.
More than
So
likely,
we,
just by how many success levels we have.
Yeah, no, we've already taken a shot, so I think Nog and the boys, we've taken offense to other ogres on the battlefield. We have taken offense to them.
These are dragon centaur ogres, if we're being honest. So, but yes,
That doesn't matter. They have ogre in the name.
They do. It's true. They do have ogre in the name.
You think my ogres are going to know the difference? No, they're over here. So we're going to, since this is a skill challenge.
It is.
Though if we ran the tape back, you did say kill challenge once.
Sure.
I want to intimidate the other ogres.
Of course. Yeah. Go right ahead.
You know, big old King Kong chest thumping intimidation. All right. Let's go. Crazy dice. That's a critical success under an 80.
Nice.
22.
Under an 80 plus Rory. So.
Well, Nog, how do you do this, Nog? How does this happen?
I think we all just like, okay, no, this is going to be great. The two guys I brought with me, okay, we're going to do a cheer pyramid.
Cheer pyramid.
I'm going to get up on the top of their shoulders, and we're all just, and Rory is on top of my shoulder, and we're giving them the fucking business.
Okay. All right.
Saying the most dreadful things about their mothers, their lineages, their heritages, coming up with ogre curses that have yet to be heard.
As Nog instructs his lesser man-eaters to kneel down while he climbs them to
Taking a cue from Luther.
Make himself bigger. He stands up there, as he begins to scream out towards the encroaching, rapidly encroaching dragon ogres. They flinch back at the sight of this unholy abomination before them. Their hooves kind of like push down into the mud, sliding for a moment, and they lock eyes with Nog, and then they break. They break and flee backwards away from him. And
love it.
That's going to be the end of the skill challenge, as you guys crushed it utterly. And I think that's a good place for us to take our first break.